Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video, this is a chit-chat video. Not a lot that I really want to talk about, but I just thought I'd come and say hello, see how you're going, tell you how I'm going. I'll show you what I've been up to today. Bit of this, bit of that. I'm tired again. I had a really good sleep last night. About 11 hours. It wasn't unbroken. I was up, got up 3 or 4 times, but only for 5 minutes or so, then went back to bed and went back to sleep. And it was the first night in many a month that I did not have a nightmare. So it was good sleep. When I was asleep, it was good sleep. So I was feeling good this morning. Now I'm tired again. Not a lot really been happening in day-to-day life, really. Just the usual, school for the boys, hanging around for me, picking up, driving there, driving everywhere, working off what everyone else wants to do when they want to do it, and then fitting myself in around them. But I will say I lost it Thursday night, late Thursday night, and yesterday. Because of that, I guess I feel sometimes there's no time for myself, and I don't get to do what I want to do when I want to do it. It's all scheduled around everybody else and when they want to do what they want to do, and I'm just expected to go along with it. That's my gripe for tonight. The last time I spoke to you, I was telling you that I had Corey's parent-teacher interviews on Thursday, and they went really, really well. Really well. They can't believe, he only does maths and English at school. His English teacher can't believe the type of novels that he's reading, or books, not so much novels because they're not stories, they're actual like biographies or autobiographies and that. She said she wasn't reading that level of book until she was in uni. He's only in year 10. And she's very impressed with how he's going, considering he hasn't been to school for 3 years. He has been homeschooled, as you know, through distance education. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know that. But the consistency of the work that he was doing with that wasn't very good. I did my best, but with his issues, with his autism spectrum disorder and his anxieties and depressions and that, sometimes I felt like I was hitting my head against a brick wall when it came to schoolwork. His maths teacher's really impressed with him. She didn't realise that last year he was only doing, he's been working a year behind in his maths. So like when he was in year 8, he was doing year 7. Year 9 last year, he was doing year 8 work and only doing bits and pieces here and there. So they're both really impressed with how he's going. He's wanting to add another subject to what he does at school, which is science. So we're going to go and talk to the teachers later this week and see what we can do. So yeah, that was a really good report. Jarrett did really well in his assessment tasks for last term. And so yeah, I'm proud of both my boys. I really am. They're striving to do the best they can, and that's all I ever ask of them. I never put pressure on them to do more than what they are capable of. As human beings, we are all different. We all have different levels of knowledge on different topics. Some of us are academic, some of us aren't. And I'm not boasting or anything, but I am academic and I am artistic. So one of my boys got the artistic side, being Jarrett, and one got the academic side, being Corey. But in saying that, Corey and my interests are different. So where he has a lot of knowledge in politics, American politics, history, world war history and all that, my interests more are in crime forensics, a little bit of history, but not to the extent that Corey's is. I'm more criminal minds, that sort of stuff. That's what interests me. That's what I read. That's what I look up. That's what I watch on TV. That sort of, and not fiction ones. I mean, I do like the fiction. Don't get me wrong. I love a good murder mystery. But I love true life crime. I love that sort of thing. So, and the paranormal, which if you've watched my videos before, you'll know that both Corey and I are into the paranormal, ghost hunting, all that sort of stuff. So yeah. What have I been up to today? Today was spent doing one thing. My hands are killing me, my fingers. I can barely move my fingers and my eyes. I made all these rolled roses. Trying to see. And the leaves. It is an element of a project that I am working on. I'm slowly getting elements done. And when the elements are all done, you will see, and together, you will get to see this magical thing that I'm working on. I'm still hoping, got fingers, toes, and everything in between crossed, that it works. It's not exactly how I envisioned it in my head at the moment, but I'm using the resources I've got, and the resources I've got are dictating how it's developing. If I had access to a shop full of stuff and just could sit in the middle at a desk in a craft shop and use anything I wanted, it would probably turn out more like what my mental image is of what I wanted it to look like. But as long as it's got the general gist and somewhat resembles what's in my head, I'll be happy. What else is going on? Not a lot. I'm thinking of starting my next challenge really soon. I was going to leave it, but I have got a plan that I would like to, of what I'd like to do on the next school holidays with the boys. So if that plan comes to fruition, sorry, tongue-tied there. No, it's a weird word, fruition. If it happens, probably an easy way of saying it. If it happens, the boys and I won't be here to collect mail for about a week, and the fact that my postman doesn't leave a card, he leaves the parcels on the doormat or in the letterbox, being the middle of winter. I don't want that to happen. Don't want things to get ruined. So I'm thinking of running it starting this week, which maybe even starting it on the 29th of this month, which will be 1 year since I did my first video on YouTube. I might run it from the 29th of this month to mid-June to get it all out of the way and everything before what may or may not happen, may or may happen, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's going to happen. It was going to happen earlier tonight, and I organised it, and I said to Mum, if I do this, this, and this, and this, and this can happen. Then I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I'm thinking, I really should get my priorities straight. There are other things I can do with the money and this and that and the other. And I said that to Mum. I rang Mum back and I said, but this is what I'm thinking now. And she just said to me that I've still got to live in some ways. I've still got to have something enjoyable to look forward to. Because that is my big thing at the moment. There's really nothing to look forward to. Every day, every week is the same, day in, day out. I think she's saying all the sacrifices and that I make for myself, like they're not buying myself clothes, they're not getting my hair done, they're not doing this, they're not doing that, and that I give to the boys and make sure the boys have got what they need, make sure the boys don't want for anything, including, and I'm talking, games, the PlayStation and that maybe perhaps I should put what I would like to do forward first. So, I can't tell you what that something is that I'm planning, because I can't tell you until I've done it. Because it's a surprise. Something really good. But it's just a wait to see. So yes, I'm thinking of starting my challenge. I know what I want to do for my challenge, and I've had to come up. Sorry, Corey's standing over there, and I'm just looking at him because he's doing all signs at me as to where he's going and what he's doing. And I'll let you know, he's going to have a shower. I have been umming and ahhing. I know what I want done, but I have a lot of people that watch my channel that aren't so much, say, lace crafters, material, they're paper crafters. So I was trying to think how I could adapt what I want to do for my challenge to suit different styles and different medium, I guess you'd say, crafters, because typically what I'm going to ask for in my next challenge is not a paper crafty thing. But I worked out a way to make it so that both, doesn't matter whether you do paper or fabric. We'll call it fabric, the lace, the fabric, the this, the that, the other, and paper. So it's not going to matter which one you do, you can still participate. And then, of course, not only that, then I had to come up with, well, what do I give as a prize? At the moment, I've got no clue still. I'm thinking of maybe making something and hoping people would like to win something I've made. So yeah, that's where I'm heading at the moment. I don't know whether to do it tomorrow, being Sunday, start at them being the beginning of the week, wait till my year anniversary, which is, trying to work it out, 25th is Anzac Day, that's Wednesday, 26th, 27th, which is another week, tomorrow week. Next Sunday will be my year anniversary on YouTube. So not sure. So yeah, that's all going around in my head. I am working on projects. I really am. I've got to go back through. I remember all the challenges that I've said I'd do, and I can't remember the dates that they're finishing. I know Fiona Jane's is the 11th of May, and that's what I'm working on predominantly at the moment. I know Heavenly Imaginings is the 1st of May. She should be getting hers in the mail on Monday. I posted that off already. I'm pretty sure Wendy Mason's got one on, but I can't remember the date that it ends. Deb Hendricks, I've got to get out this week because hers closes on the 7th of May. Debbie Vignola's doesn't close until the 31st. Deb Hock doesn't finish till the 31st of May. And there's another one or two. I'm going to send Sonia's, but hers finishes on, I think her last mail is Tuesday, this Tuesday coming the 24th. I can't remember, but it should only take 2 days in the post from Melbourne to Parks. And even if it doesn't get there in time, I still want to do it. With all the... I know if you've watched my videos, you know all the crud that I've been through. And I totally lost my desire to craft. I don't know if I've said this in any of my other videos since all this happened. I totally lost my desire to craft. I had started to sort my craft room out in the sense of looking at what I had, and I was going to sell the whole lot. I was going to sell every craft item I own. That's how low I got. And then, people say, no, don't. And the one that finally convinced me not to was actually my landlord. He was here and we were talking. And he said, just put it away for a while. Don't sell it. You sell it. You'll come through this. You'll get through this. And at the end, you'll be, why did I do that? My landlord's very cool. I really like my landlord. He's a couple of years younger than me. Really down to earth, really good to talk to. We've always, since we moved in, him and I have got along really well. So I listened to him, and everybody else was saying it too. So I can't even remember where I was going with that. I'm just looking around me and my craft stuff's all around me. But I lost the desire to craft, but I've got it back now. I am just wanting to craft continually and getting really, really, really annoyed when I can't keep crafting. I have to stop to do things. But I'm hoping, that's where I was going. There was a lot of challenges that came out when I was in my darkest times. And these are people that I have that have supported my channel, that have been there as subscribers to me since day one. Like Sonia Steptoe was my first subscriber I got. So I really want to send the piece of fabric that she wants for her challenge, whether she gets it in time or not. What I was saying is all the crap that I've been through and my desire to not craft anymore. I did not craft for nearly 2-3 weeks. I just sat and looked at it all and thought, never going to touch you again. So yeah, stuff that I should have been doing, like I should be 2 or 3, even a month ahead of what I am, hasn't been done. So now I've got to catch up. But in saying that too, not only am I crafting for challenges, I'm trying to find time to craft, to sell some of my work so that I can make that little bit of extra money, just to make it so that I can get myself some special stuff or some treats or whatever you want to call it without feeling guilty. I feel still today I still feel guilty from this week from buying my unicorn angel bear monster, whatever you want to call it. And I feel guilty for buying those laces because that money could have bought something for the boys. That money could have been used somewhere else. I feel guilty for that. So if I can sell some of my stuff, then I don't need to feel guilty if I buy myself a present. I guess is what I'm saying. I don't need all craft supplies or whatever. The guilt comes from, the abuse that I put up with for all those years. If I bought myself something, I either had to get permission. Sorry, I can see a bit of white fluff. It was annoying me. I had to either get permission to buy it and then still feel bad about buying it because I was made to feel bad, or if I bought something for me, even with my own money, if he thought it was a waste of money, I knew about it, and I knew about it loudly. So I learned not to spend money on myself. I learned, I guess, to feel guilty every time I did something for me, if I bought something for me or whatever, the guilt. And I'm trying to stop that guilt, but it's very, very hard. I find that you guys, my subscribers on YouTube, understand more than what my friends do, because I haven't told my friends, to be honest, I haven't told my friends about a lot of what I went through. And family, not just friends, family too. They know the surface stuff, but they don't know. There's a lot of people that don't know Corey is on the autism spectrum, just like, they don't know. Or that he's got social anxiety and that. They don't know, or they assume that, as most people do, that when you split up, the kids go every second weekend, the kids go stay with the fathers, and X amount of time on school holidays and that. They don't know that my boys are with me 24/7. I mean, I know Jarrett goes to mum's, but I've always got one of them with me. They don't know, or they've never heard me talk about the kinds of things that I put up with, the kind of life I lived. They didn't hear about, things being thrown at me, fists being raised, me cowering on the floor or cowering away because I was just waiting for it. Look, he never actually hit me, but the threat was there. People that have never been through the mental abuse can't understand of the continual, 20 years worth of being told you're not good enough, being told you're worthless, useless, nobody else is ever going to want you because you're fat, ugly. You hear it a day in, day out over the years. It is very hard. You cannot just switch it off. You cannot switch. It's not immediate. It is not something that is instantaneous, or even that can be achieved. I've been seeing my psychologist now for a year, 12 months, and we're still working on me, when those thoughts come into my head, telling myself how ridiculous they are and how untrue they are, and counteracting it with other thoughts. That is going to take a long time. It took 23 years of continual being put in there. It's not going to take 2 minutes to get rid of it. I was never allowed to pursue my interest, to get a career, to do anything. There'd be dinners, like the girls would go out, the mums would go out for dinner. Could I go? No, because he'd have something on that he wanted to do. Even if he didn't. Even if I knew that night he didn't have anything on, he'd make sure he had something on so that I couldn't go. It was more than one occasion that happened. I was isolated. I still, to this day, now I've got a couple of people's phone numbers. And you might find that I text more than I talk. I don't really like the phone that much. I'm getting better with it. When I say I don't like the phone that much, Fiona, don't laugh. I know you're laughing because when we talk for 3-4 hours. So don't laugh. That is rare for me. That is something I don't really do anymore. But with you, for some reason, I can. So I know you're sitting there watching and you're laughing at me when I say I don't talk much on the phone. Yeah, I know you are. Stop it. Anyway, guys, I have this thing, and it comes from different things over the years, is I don't like to ring people. I don't like to text people because what if I'm annoying them? Even on Messenger, on Facebook, emails, um, I just don't like to annoy people. What if I'm annoying them? What if they're busy and I interrupt? There's a lot of things that go on in my head and prevent me from texting or ringing when I want to. I've spoken before about what if I say the wrong thing? What if I do the wrong thing? What if someone doesn't understand what I mean? There's so many elements and levels to what happens in here. Now, I know I'm not the only one who's dealing with this, but I'm hoping by expressing what I'm saying to you guys that maybe if you haven't been there, maybe if you haven't been in a similar situation or whatever, you've never experienced what this is like, maybe you might just get that, you might meet someone next week or next year who is similar to and been through similar to what I have, and maybe then you might just have that little more appreciation for, okay, well, we know it's been this long since this happened. Someone who hasn't been through all of that would be over it by now. But they've been through blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's just be supportive. Because I can tell you the hardest thing for me really is people telling me I should be over it. Okay? That is the hardest thing. Because I am over it in the sense of I'm over him. But I've got all these little pieces that he created that I have to fix. He's not the one that, sorry guys, my phone just rang once and then decided whoever it was ringing me must have changed their minds. He's the one that did the damage, that did it all, dug all, ploughed the field, planted all the doubt and the seeds of negativity and everything there, and then he's gone off. I'm the one now that has to get rid of all that, get rid of the weeds and the this and the that and the other, and re-plough the fields and fertilise it with good. I hope that makes sense. But that job, and I'm trying to do that job basically on my own, is hard. And I'm just working on one little section at a time, and each section that gets done is staying done. I'm over him. I am over him. That was like a quarter of the field, being over him, done and dusted with the relationship, never going back. Hope one day to find someone totally opposite to him that and I'm going to swear, gives a shit about me. Because at times I feel he never gave a shit about me. I was just his built-in slave. It may happen, it may not, but he's gone. That bit of the field is clear. Nothing new's been planted there yet, but the soil is going through, it's cleansed. It's cleansed. The next one is the belief in myself. I have no belief in myself. And so I'm not going to sit here and say I don't know why, because I do know why. Because of him. I am starting to believe in myself. I will say that. I'm clearing the field. But it is very, very, very hard. And this is what I'm fighting at the moment. This is the battle that I've chosen to fight now. I find myself saying, you're useless, nothing you do is good enough. And I try to bring up things like, no, you're not useless. You put all the furniture together in the house. You do this, you do that. That is not a useless person. The thinking I'm not good enough, that's a harder one to get over. That one's hard to get over because it's hard to believe that if I was good enough, that he wouldn't still be here. That if I was good enough, that I wouldn't have met someone. Or that if I was good enough, I wouldn't be in the financial situation I'm in. That is my struggle at the moment. Trying to come up with, I am good enough. He wasn't. I'm doing the best I can with my finances. Just trying to combat it and rewrite it. But it's going to take a long time. And I know that. I've accepted that. I know I'm going to have down days. I know I'm going to have up days. I'm having an up one today. He says I feel flat. But I can't go to bed till Corey gets out of the shower anyway, because he's in my shower, not his, not theirs. He's up in my ensuite. So, yeah. These are just things that you don't think about every day. I often think after I've done one of these videos, I wish I had have talked about this or that or the other. But as you guys know, most of these chit-chat videos are done late at night, just before I go to bed. So I'm not going to get back up and do another video. So, but then the next time I do a video, I've forgotten. And then after I finish, I remember. But what I think I'm trying to get at is, just because someone's been through something years ago doesn't mean that they're over it. They should be over it. People go through, like if we're talking about marriage breakdown, relationship breakdowns, death, those sort of things, grief. Everyone goes through the stages at different times in different ways and takes different lengths of time. Like my friend passed away, 1993. 93? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 93. Yeah, 1993. So we're at 25 years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 93. It was when I was in year 12. Yeah, I was 17 and 42. 25 years ago she passed away. It'll be 25 years on the 16th of May this year. Have I learned to live with it? Yes. Am I over it? No. Do I deal with it? Did I deal with it when it happened? No. Because I'll let you in on a little secret. See all this? Before she died, this wasn't there. I was thin. And when I say thin, I mean thin. 6 months after she died, I look like I do now. I put her on 60 kilos in 6 months. I ate my grief. So I walk around with my grief every day, and then I ate away the abuse when I was with him. And every time I tried to get rid of it and get happy and feel good, he'd knock it. So I've lost 20 kilos now. So I'm slowly getting rid of my grief. When my weight's gone, I'll be a different person, because, no, I'll still be me, but I'll be what people perceive will be, I'll be confident and all that to go with it, because a lot of my confidence is I've got none. I discovered probably 12 months ago, oh, pardon me, but maybe a bit longer, that I hide behind my weight. And I used it as protection, as so I wouldn't get hurt. Guess what? My weight didn't stop me from getting hurt when my husband left me. So I got no reason to hold on to this weight. None at all. A lot of I'm not going to lie, a lot of it is self-loathing. I'm not good enough, so I don't need to look good. But I'm sick of my fat face. People would look at me, I think, and just think, oh, she's fat. So this is another thing that I often think about. I know we're up to 36 minutes. I'm going to go in a minute, but we'll just have this quick bit. People look at overweight people so wrong. I am not overweight because I'm lazy. My weight gain was, hey, yeah, I've always had issues with my weight. Even as a kid, I was a fat kid. I lost all my weight, and I was a skinny preteen teen until my friend died. And I could sit here and I know enough about nutrition, exercise, and all that if someone my size came to me and said, could give me some help, I could have the weight off them in 12 months. So it's not knowledge that is lacking in my case. In my case now is I know I don't eat enough. I know fat person eats too much. No. I don't eat enough, so my metabolism is basically non-existent. And when I do eat, I'll admit, at the moment, it's not always the best foods. I had a block of chocolate today. But I've also learnt, if you want to lose weight, you don't cut anything out. You don't say anything. You can't. There's nothing you can't have. You can have anything you want. It's learning to eat it in moderation. Well, I didn't eat my chocolate in moderation today. I ate a family block of chocolate because I felt so low. But it's assumed if you're overweight, you're lazy. It's assumed if you're overweight, you're dumb. And I've had experiences with that. I've had experiences where people have talked to me like I'm a total idiot with no brain because of my weight. And it is not a good feeling. So what did I go and do when those people did that to me? I went and ate. Yeah, went and ate. So anyway, guys, that discussion and weight is another topic, another day. We're at 40 minutes nearly. But it is one that is close to my heart. I am sick and tired of people assuming because I'm fat, I'm lazy. Because I'm fat, I'm uneducated. Sorry, guys. And because I'm fat, I must just sit and eat. I don't, and I must eat junk food all the time. The fact is, I very rarely eat junk food because it makes me sick. So anyway, as I said, that's a discussion for another video. That if you want me to talk about it, my feelings, thoughts on being an overweight person, and I have been an overweight person for at least 20 years now, 25 years, plus an overweight. I was an overweight child. I put up with all the bullying, the teasing, the everything. Even when I was almost anorexic, I still copped teasing and bullying and stuff about me. So that's where a lot of my issues lie too. These issues don't just lie with Matt and like my ex and the years I was with him, it goes way back into childhood where that saying, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me.